Hey, good evening. Happy Wednesday. Hope life is well for all of you. It's a late night here. It's 9:30. Oh, yeah. Oh, Meeko's coming up. Meeko wants to say hi. Meeko's been extra needy and grumpy today. He ate his dinner at like 1 and now has been mad because I think he forgot that he ate. And it's just been a little bit of a grumpy day all around, would you say?
I've been grumpy too.
It's rough. You said you were sad.
Yeah, I was sad.
I had the opposite. I said at some point today, I don't know how I'm so awake without having any coffee or like caffeine all day. Not that I always do, but it was like an extra energetic day. But not the case for you. A rough pregnancy day.
No, just I didn't sleep well. Stop it. I couldn't really breathe well. He just keeps licking me.
This is the Meeko that you haven't experienced yet.
Go away.
The annoying in your face, Meeko. Are you gonna keep talking?
No, if I look at him, he's gonna attack. I wanted you to leave.
Sorry, Meeks. She's being mean. I don't really want to either. It was a rough day.
Yeah, today is just. I was really tired because I didn't sleep well. And then, when pregnant people are really tired, it's normal to become emotional. So then I was emotional.
But it wasn't like you weren't like lashing out at me all day. It was more just you're just kind of like.
I was just quiet.
Yeah, just run down.
And then when we got home, it was like a crash and burn.
Yeah. So this is not. Yeah, I think it was last week we started BUMPdate saying she's not actually that mad at me. I'd say you're not super mad at me. You weren't super excited to push play here, but definitely not feeling
He licked my mouth.
Not feeling energetic and lively.
I'm mad.
Hello everyone joining us live. Thanks for hanging out.
He licked my nostril now.
Give us a wave. Let us know what's going on. You hope your week and your day has been going awesome. Ours has been as well, even though this was a rough day. This is the last day the office is open this week as I am heading out of town for a couple days for a seminar in Chicago, which is kind of sad because we'll miss the family. So I had to say bye and good night to Zeke. But be back soon. So it's kind of a weird, like, gotta get ready to leave and pack, and forgot to switch clothes to the dryer earlier. So I've got a bunch of stuff I need still in the dryer. So it'll be a little bit of a late night, getting ready for an early flight tomorrow.
Somebody asked me today if I was excited for you to leave, because I could have like time to do whatever I wanted, and I didn't have work. Like I didn't have to go to work for 2 days.
But that's not like, you don't call running your own business going to work.
Right, but the main thing that I was confused by was, no, like my boss, it's not like when I go home, my boss is not there. You're like, the more important thing is now I have to deal with a toddler by myself.
Yeah, that's so much worse. And this creature.
Like, I don't want to take him for a walk all by myself.
I think I heard it's going to be cold this weekend, too.
Love. No, I'm not excited for him to leave because
she's going to miss me.
His job is this.
The dog?
Yes.
That's true. You don't have to worry about the dog when I'm around. Even though I was not the one that wanted the dog.
I did not want this dog.
Yes, you cried because you did not have a dog.
I wanted a dog. I did not want.
Okay, you don't know what they're going to be like before you pick them out. She doesn't mean it. She loves you. Look how cute he is.
He is so cute. I can't even take it.
Look how cute Meeko is. He's got to fix your hair, buddy. Fix your hair. There you go. So, pregnancy-wise, might have caught a little something something in the title there, week 29/30. As I know you are all adamant bump daters and tracking this journey. Last week
can't be my life. This
He, like-
really can't be.
he's going for the eyeball.
This can't be it. Why? This is why I say I'm touched out.
So last week was week 28, as you know. And this week we're kind of mixing it up a little bit. It's first off, let me calm any potential fears. No, we're not going to skip a week. This is not combining two. So, no worries.
Because everyone is really afraid of that.
That would be your worst nightmare, a week without Grumpy Laura. That is not the case. What is the case has to do with estimated due dates and how they're calculated. Basically, we just decided to upgrade Laura a week.
It's the happiest day of my life.
We did some math compared to her first pregnancy, and we're like, yeah, you're up a week. I think we should explain further, because that sounds really arbitrary, when in fact it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Typically, due dates, and this is a hot topic that I'm frequently frustrated by, and we have a lot of conversations on in the office about. But the calculations and predictions of due dates, when they talk about when are you due, it's technically an estimated due date, and it's based on estimations and averages. And
But for being an estimate, a whole lot of weight gets put on this date.
Exactly. So the date that you hit 40 weeks is the date that you're due. And then, as soon as you're a day or two after that, depending on the providers, depending on other stuff going on, there starts to be pressure that you need to induce, or, baby needs to get out of you, when in reality, baby could be perfectly fine. We've shared stats before on, first-time moms frequently go, well past 41 weeks. Anyways, the way they're calculated is based on when your last menstrual period was. So if you have a longer than average normal cycle, which Laura does, should we talk about your cycle on the bump date?
I mean,
It seems appropriate.
For all I know, it's totally different now, but I was
Previously
having 37-day cycles. So when somebody calculates a 28-day pregnancy for me.
Well, let's back up explaining how it works a little bit more. So
Explaining how what works.
The menstrual, the estimated due dates. So your first 2 weeks of pregnancy, baby doesn't exist yet, because it's calculated from your your last menstrual period, and you don't ovulate till about halfway through the cycle. On a 28-day cycle, it's day 14-ish. And that, when you ovulate, is when sperm meets the egg, and how that happens. And that's when, obviously, baby's life begins. So that's when you're actually pregnant, but we count pregnancy from date of the last menstrual period. So you're probably starting to put the pieces together and realizing that, if my cycle is longer than 28 days, the day that we're starting pregnancy instead of on day 14, yours is probably day 20 or day 18 or day 22, which would be the case in hers because it was longer. So it basically adds a week, or even 9 days in your case, to that estimated how long is baby gonna cook cycle. So on top of the fact that the 40-week time frame is a rough average and is a estimation, moms who have longer cycles are ovulating later, and really we should be taking that in consideration and adding some time onto their tracking of when they would be due. So all that background information to say, as we've been following Laura's cycle, we base it off of conception date, which is kind of how it would make sense. We went to conception date, we added 2 weeks for the 2 weeks that you're not actually pregnant, and that's how we were tracking weeks. For consistency's sake, and I guess we'll have to talk to Natalie and Karen about this, because I think we had this conversation last time too, of
they have both of my dates.
Yeah, they've got okay, this is the last menstrual period prediction, and then this is the adjusted for your cycle length date. Basically what we realized, and I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
He always does this when he's going to sneeze.
I shut it down. Actually, sneezing's great. It's not the time. So, well, for consistency's sake, what makes more sense to do is use the standard typical medical method, the last menstrual period estimations, and then just have in the back of your mind that, okay, when I'm getting to 41 weeks, it's really, right around the time that my body's hitting 40 weeks. And the reason that we ended up making the change is we did the math. We went back to Zeke's birth and back to, what's the app? Glow app? Whatever app she was tracking her cycle with, and figured out, all right, how did we calculate it last time? And realized that we used the typical last menstrual period date and just took into consideration the longer cycle. So we're like, you know what, it probably makes sense to do the same thing here. So that's what we decided to do, which means that we upgraded you to 30 weeks. And she got so happy. She's like, I'm 30 weeks now. I'm like practically done.
Yeah, in 5 minutes I got more pregnant. It was awesome.
Yeah, all because a little bit of math and dates. That was our conversation with Brittany, our doula, earlier.
Well, the only reason why
Natalie and Karen, we'll have to make sure that's. I think you guys had that conversation the other day, kind of between the two of you, of like, okay, this is what's going on, but we're tracking it that way. So I think we're all on the same page, but we should make sure.
The only reason why this actually mattered, or why we were even talking about it, was because my doula lives in Colorado.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out when she should join us.
And so we were figuring out when she came last time with Zeke.
Yeah.
And to do that, we needed to know how late I was. And so with Zeke, I went 40 weeks and 6 days, almost 41 weeks. But really, if we were comparing that to my thing,
would be pretty much right at
40 weeks. Would be right at 40 weeks for this time. So
we just need to know, was her first pregnancy 41-ish weeks per last menstrual period counting, or per the adjusted counting?
Does that make any sense to anybody?
I don't know. No one's chatting. We've got a whole bunch of people here live hanging out with us, but 0 comments.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Weird.
Let us know.
But it's really confusing.
If you're following at all, if you care at all. I don't know why you would be tuning in if you cared 0 about this.
As a side note, my 2-year-old's head is off the bed.
He is wiggling a little bit. It's not off the bed.
I feel like I need.
It's on the brink.
I feel like I need to fix that. You can't see it.
There we go. Actually, you can see that a little bit. See on the corner, my bottom right.
That's his little head coming off of the bed.
Little Zeke update. He's fine.
So the biggest thing this week was figuring out a new estimate.
Giving a little upgrade. So we're just gonna
zoom on past
right
this.
through 29.
Zoom on past.
So
this.
do not fear. We're not skipping one.
Well, technically we are.
We're not skipping a week. Like, you're not gonna have a week without us, though. That's the important part.
All right.
Yeah. Had really enjoyed the time at the marriage conference this weekend. That was fun. Zeke was hanging out with Grammy Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday morning. We were at a weekend to remember. I liked it. Did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel like we haven't really had a chance to finish tying a bow on it and recap, and we're not gonna be able to until end of next week with ICPA stuff, which is a bummer, but it's reality. I'm still thinking about it. You still thinking about it?
Yeah, I'm thinking about all the things. Can't you tell with my face?
Yeah. Family pictures, that was fun.
Yeah, we got family pictures.
Those will be cute. Zeke was being real shy and acting like he didn't want to smile. So we got a lot of bashful Zeke pictures. And then he started running around and playing, and so we did.
I feel humongous.
Just does feel humongous. What did you give the hippo train wreck thing last week? Was that your analogy? Feels like a hippo and a train wreck had a baby. Was that it?
I just really want to have a baby.
You're gonna have a baby.
I want to have a baby right now.
Right now on the BUMPdate?
No, that's not allowed.
That's not ideal.
I just want to get a baby out.
He was coming.
Oh,
No
I
up-
want to have it right now.
No updates on the name. Thought that might happen on the marriage conference, but didn't really talk about it.
You're not allowed to talk about kids when you're on a
That's
marriage
true.
conference.
That's an excellent point. And we probably have a lot of parents watching and hanging out because we usually do. Don't forget to do stuff with your spouse.
Guys, I'm falling apart.
Best thing you can do for your kids is be an example of what a good relationship should be like.
This is obviously a flourishing
We're working on that one still,
relationship.
but we're at least trying.
Why does my head look so much bigger than yours?
Perspective. Close to the camera. We're learning here.
Oh my gosh.
Learning about angles.
Somebody come over
we
and
gotta
fold my laundry.
You don't need to fold it. I'll take care of it.
Oh, praise.
You're really planning on folding it?
No, I was going to just fold your clothes and leave mine in there.
No, it's fine. We're good. We're going to be okay.
Okay.
All right. She's melting down. Anyone else want to chat?
I'm crashing.
Still, this is bizarre. No one wants to hang out with us tonight. No chatter. I'm disappointed.
I'm not. I'm going to go to bed because we don't have to talk to people. Okay, goodbye, guys. If you're out
Guess
there.
that's it. I mean, that the little number on the screen shows us that they're out there.
I don't believe it. Usually, at least Jeremy says something.
That's true. All right. We got to shut it down. Lots to do tonight.
Bye.
Great chatting. Congrats to Laura on the upgraded pregnancy week.
Woo.